Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Rosie, this is my husband Jeremy.
Hello.
We were recently in Thailand. We spent 6 weeks there and we thought we would give you a little bit of an overview talking about our experience, where we went, our favourite things. We're currently in a room in India, and to have the light on, there's also the fan on, so I'm really sorry about that. There's so much I can do is to find a quiet place in India to film, so I'm sorry about that, please ignore it. Anyway, Thailand. So we arrived, so first of all we went to 6 different places. We went to Bangkok, Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, back to Chiang Mai, Surat Thani, Koh Lanta, and then back to Bangkok. So 5 places, but 2 of them twice, just because of like logistics with travel. We ended up going from Cambodia, from Siam Reap, to Bangkok. Did we get a bus or something?
Yeah, we took a bus, which was very smooth, with the same company that we traveled to Cambodia as well. Yeah, it was really good. Yeah, really smooth.
We've been using 12go or 12go. We're not sure how you say it.
It's supposed to be 12go.com.
Yeah.
But it makes no sense.
No. So we've been using that to book all our tickets. So we arrived in Bangkok and we stayed about 5 nights, if I remember.
Yeah, something, yeah, 5 or 6 nights, yeah.
We stayed in the Chinese area, Chinatown. Really enjoyed the hotel. Well, the hotel was fine. Really enjoyed the area where the hotel was in. Let's be more specific. The hotel was a hotel.
Yeah, the hotel was fine.
The breakfast was good there.
Bedroom was normal. Wi-Fi was terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, breakfast was great.
Yeah,
like
breakfast was really good.
buffet included.
Probably the best breakfast we've had anywhere.
Yeah. Location was good as well, with a view on the river. The metro station across the street was practical, and the big Chinatown street food market 2 blocks away, something like that.
Yeah, we had a really good time actually in Bangkok. I think before we went, obviously you watch things like The Hangover and you think, oh my god, Bangkok is batshit crazy. So I was like a bit anxious to go. I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to enjoy it. I think it's going to be too much for us. But actually, it was fine. And actually Hanoi was more batshit crazy for us because that was the first place we arrived to in Vietnam, and for us that was a lot. And then Bangkok was actually just like a big city and it was fine.
I didn't find anything crazy. Traffic, but I mean that's the same in every city, right?
It was busy, but it wasn't crazy.
No, like a lot of traffic, like don't drive anywhere. That's my main thing I remember. I'll share about that in a minute, I'm sure. But no, the city was not as crazy at all as... I mean, I'm sure you could probably make it crazy if you decide to go out and party and do stupid shit like that, but just to visit is pretty cool.
If you're new here, we're 35, we're married, don't have kids obviously, and we work online, so a lot of what we're talking about is very like mid-30s stuff. We're not like 18 going out clubbing. So yeah, I think you could find the party scene. I think you could find the drugs and the alcohol and the girls and the...
We didn't stay in the famous backpacker street where it's full of bars and noise and music and stuff like that. We stayed away from that. We went there one day, but that was it. Okay,
what did we do in... Because this was a while ago. This was like February. It's now May, so this was like 3 months ago. I'm really behind on my content. So what did we do? We went to the Royal Palace, which I loved the building because it was all like really decorated. Like the whole building was like basically covered in sequins. That was incredible. I remember it was expensive, and at the time we were a bit like, it's just another temple. But actually looking back, it was quite spectacular.
It is another temple, but it is the most decorated and stuff like that we've seen. Yeah, it was pretty mental. Like the mosaic, like all the little tiny bits like that, creating a gigantic like wall and stuff.
It's funny though, because in the vlog we were like, oh, I don't know if it's worth this much money to go in there. I think it must have run out on a bad day, I don't know. But this is going to sound really bad, but it's kind of just another temple, and we've seen so many at this point. I think if you were just arriving in Thailand as your first kind of Asia stop, you'd be blown away by it, and it is stunning. But because we see temples like every single day basically, maybe it wasn't as worth it for us, I don't know.
When you travel through like Vietnam and Cambodia and then Thailand, and you literally see like 50 temples a day with a Buddha statue inside. After 3 months, it's just another temple. Yeah. So you just appreciate it a bit less. Yeah. As beautiful as it can be, at some point it's a temple. Yeah. After that, so it's just temple fatigue.
We also ate a lot of food in the China district. We also, what other day trips did we do? Well, we had one we walked down the canals. That was really nice.
Yeah, in Bangkok, I mean, yeah, so we went to like the Royal Palace section where we did that, and also we went to another temple, Wat Pho, with like the reclining Buddha, which is the biggest reclining Buddha in the world. It's like 45 meters or 46 meter long.
That was amazing.
That was really, really cool.
Yeah.
I really like this one. And those two temples, like things to visit, are very close to the backpackers area where you...
Isn't it Khao San?
Khao San, yeah, this one, yeah, Khao San Road, yeah. It's fairly close, it's just 5 minutes walk from now. It's worth seeing it at least once, even if you don't want to stay there. It's interesting to see it. You can...
We ate crocodile.
Yeah, you can crocodile and stuff like that. It's worth the visit. We had a very good mango salad there at the restaurant called Mango.
Yeah, oh my god. So we have not been eating much salads, obviously, while travelling, because it's just not something, they just kind of have rice and noodles and chicken and stuff. Went to a place called Mango, and it's just next to the Khao San Road Market, whatever it's called. The restaurant's called Mango. It's all vegetarian and vegan and stuff. You had falafel, but I had this insane salad, and I would eat it every day of my life if I could. It was so good. It was expensive, but it was good. Yeah, it had like kombucha and juices and avocado toast and things. It was really good.
Yeah, Bangkok is a wild, cool city. I would highly recommend also going to the parks. Yeah. You have to pop all the real names because I don't remember them.
Everything's in the description box.
But if you take the metro, the blue line, you go to
Lumphini.
like Lumphini, something like that. Yeah,
Lumphini.
park. And so you have two parks like kind of next to each other. And the parks are really, like this park was really cool. It's like a sort of lake in the middle, massive lizard, sort of like Komodo dragon, but not Komodo dragon. But like that's if I have to describe them, I think I would call them like that. Yeah, just a beautiful park in the middle of the city with like big buildings around it and stuff. That was really, really cool. I like that.
We've got a lot to talk about with Thailand. What would be your top 3 from Bangkok?
The Chinatown street market.
Same.
Like the food there was incredible. Get some dumplings. I think I had. I don't know how many dumplings there.
They also had really cool like bread dessert things where there was one of them was full of chocolate. Yeah. Nice. They also had really good mango sticky rice that we loved eating in Asia.
Yeah, that was in Chiang Mai. Yeah. The park, for me, that was really cool to have a bit of nature. I find in Asia I've been lacking like a park where you can just sit on the floor and read a book or something like that and kind of enjoy some quiet time. So I really enjoyed this park. My third thing in Bangkok, I would say, is on what we did on the last day of Bangkok when you came back, like all this massive shopping area that we found when we came back for a few days. Like that was nuts. I have never seen so many shops and shopping center mall like, in my life next to each other. Yeah. Like, it's just something worth seeing because it was so insane.
So yeah, we went, this is when we came back to Bangkok before we left for Australia. We went clothes shopping for a wedding we were going to. And we went to a place called Siam Centre and then Paragon Centre and then Platinum Fashion Mall, and it's basically wholesale clothes, and it's just like 6.5 floors of women's clothes, half a floor of men's clothes, and it was insane.
But it's like I don't know, like 4 or 5 massive malls put next to each other back to back. It's insane. It
was a really nice area though as well.
Yeah,
it was
nice really
and
cool.
Clean and like...
I'd go back to Bangkok. There's so much more to see.
Yeah.
It's really, really cool city.
I think I was not expecting to like Bangkok because I thought it was going to be crazy. I thought it was going to be overcrowded and just too much. But actually, it had a weird sense of normality there in terms of like you could find the normal shops. Like H&M, Zara's, the shopping malls. You could also find this like the Chinatown district. You could also find temples. You could find the nightclubs. You could find the tourist area. It's kind of got everything in one. You've also got like the parks and the canals and like... Yeah,
like walking along the canals. Also this neighborhood with the street art was really good.
Oh yeah, like, Talat Noi.
Yeah,
Talat Noi was really
cool as well. Quite different from anything else. Yeah, it's a cool city, Bangkok. I would go back for a month or 2.
I think my top 3 would be walking around the canals. I really enjoyed that because I think it's not something that most tourists do. It was really cool. I think Talat Noi again, maybe, and the food market.
Yeah. Really cool city.
Really
highly recommend it, and go for a while. Don't spend 3 days there. There's so much to do. Like I would love to go back, even if we went twice. I would
consider going back there just to Bangkok for a month.
Yeah.
Because I think there's so much to see, but also I think you could quite easily feel comfortable and like feel kind of at home, even if it is just for a month. I think it could be quite nice.
The metro was great.
Yeah, metro.
Don't take any taxi though. Traffic is nightmare. Because after Bangkok, we went we took a train to go to Chiang Mai.
Yeah.
Overnight train, really good train, stuff like that. But on the Google map, it was a 15 minutes drive from the hotel to the train station. Not far. It took us 2 hours.
Yeah.
We were freaking out because Rosie didn't want to walk to the metro station, which was just across the street.
Well, it wasn't that.
Which
it
would
was
have taken
also,
40 minutes.
But it was also that I didn't want to like stand with my bags for 40 minutes
Yeah.
in a metro station. I thought it was just to be too heavy for me and I'd hurt my back.
With
So it
AC and
wasn't-
stuff. So instead, we stayed for 2 hours in the car, thinking that we would miss our train.
Yeah.
So
Don't
take
get
the
trains.
metro. It's so easy. It's
Yeah.
cheap. It's just like not even €1. It was really, really cheap every time.
Yeah.
And it's good. It's clean. AC. All that. So yeah, avoid cars. Take metro. Wherever you go.
So then we arrived in Chiang Mai. We were there for 4 days.
Yeah, we did twice 4 days.
Yeah, so we were there for 4 days. Again, a really cool city, really different. And it's kind of up in the mountains a little bit. I'm sorry about the drilling. Not much I can do about that. It's kind of up in the mountains, but it's almost like a city that's got walls around it, like city walls all the way around it. So inside, I think there's like 400 temples or something like that. And then there's like water all the way around as well. Really enjoyed the food there as well. Food was insane. Really enjoyed looking at the temples and walking around. It's also quite touristy, but quite welcoming to tourists. Not like in the horrible, like, tacky touristy stuff. It was just like nice cafes, nice restaurants, nice hotels, like very accommodating, like internet cafes. We found a couple that we really liked.
It's one of these places that's always listed very high on the digital nomad listings. And after going, I understood why.
Yeah.
There is a lot of foreigners, especially in the old city, the walled city. I don't think many locals actually live in there, in this part of the city. I think everyone lives outside the walls. But it's just a very nice vibe. It's pretty peaceful. It's beautiful
Parks
to look
and
around.
things
There's
like that.
nice food. And yeah, it's full of like nice cafe where you can get internet and order a juice and a cake or sandwich and spend 3 hours to walk there, stuff like that. Yeah, really nice vibe.
The things I wish we had done, because we basically spent 4 days there and then went to Chiang Rai and then came back, and we were planning on doing other things on those 4 days. I ended up having lots of work to do, so we didn't do anything. So I think there's things like going out hiking and going out on motorbikes, and there's lots of things you can go out and see, which we didn't do because we were kind of planning on doing that the next time, which we didn't do, which I kind of regret doing. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
What were your top 3?
The food market.
Yeah.
So you have like the square like that, north, south. There is one on the north and one on the south every evening from like 5 p.m. probably
Yeah.
like just around
Till about
sunset
midnight or
time.
something.
And it's just like plenty of food trucks / tuk-tuk with plenty of seats available, and you can get so many nice food again. I don't know how many dumplings I had.
That was where I fell in
Incredible.
love with mango sticky rice.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, and it was
Yeah.
like 50 baht, like
Yeah.
50 or 60 baht, which is like €1
Almost €2, yeah.
something. So yeah, that was great. I really enjoyed the meditation that we did in one of the temples there. Like there is a donation-based, free/donation-based meditation in one of the temple every day at 1 p.m.
Yeah.
for like 3 hours, and it was
Vipassana meditation.
yeah, it was really interesting. Like the monk basically gave us a little booklet to read about meditation, and then we did some exercises. We basically did sitting meditation, walking meditation. So we were going like in circle or back and forth between like in the room, repeating things in our head, like raising your right foot, saying specific stuff. Basically that, like raising your right foot, putting your left foot down, stopping, walking, sitting. And it's basically like you repeat everything that you say so you don't get distracted by thoughts.
Yeah.
And then you do the same seated, and you do like I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out, raising, falling, like stuff like that. I really enjoyed it. It was really cool
It
for
was,
me.
it was really interesting, because I was expecting like a meditation where you sit down and somebody guides you, but actually, like Jeremy said, there was a lot of walking around and moving. But it was interesting. It was like you'd stand, you're like intending to turn, intending to turn, intending to turn, turning, and you'd say it like 3 times, and you'd turn,
Yeah.
stopping, stopping, intending to walk,
Sounds nuts when you say it like that.
intending to walk. And then was it like lifting right foot? Was it like that? Or I don't remember. It was like walk. I don't know, but it was like really slow. And you would say the same thing. Oh, like
I thought it was
3 times.
fascinating because my mind was very into it. I was so connected to like the present moment when I was doing it, and I would do it again if I was going back personally. And I would go like a few times, for example. So
I felt kind of in a trance afterwards. I remember like coming out and being a bit like, whoa, like feels
right. So that was my second thing.
Sorry, go on.
So food, meditation, and then overall the third one would be just exploring the city within the walls. There are so many cool small temples. Like the main one that is in the middle with like some like the big like kind of pyramid in the middle. So that's maybe the main one. There's plenty of cool tiny temples here and there everywhere with like different cool designs. So it's really worth like going just back and forth in every street like that because you never know what you're gonna find in the next corner. So it's really really cool for that because in a tiny area, like Rosie said, you have like hundreds of temples. So really, I really like it.
Mine would be food market, exploring, and
that's what. Oh, the donuts. Those were good.
The donuts.
They were good.
We'd have donuts for breakfast. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, we then went to Chiang Rai, which is further north, and it's basically almost next to the border of Myanmar and Laos, and up in that area is somewhere called the Golden Triangle, which is basically where the 3 countries meet. So we did a couple of day trips while we were there, which was really cool. Chiang Mai itself, I was saying to Jeremy the other day that like the city itself I didn't think was that charming. I didn't think Chiang Rai, sorry. I didn't think it was that charming. I wouldn't be like, oh my god, you have to go. Like there's a nice big gold like clock tower in the city. Lots of good food, of course, but the city itself was a little bit blare for me personally. And then we did day trips. We walked to a blue temple. We got a motorbike one day and went to the white temple that's all over Instagram. You've probably seen it. And some waterfalls. And then we did another day trip where we went to the border of Myanmar and then went over to Laos, well, to the border of the triangle thing I said, and then came back. So we did some day trips there. We were there for about a week, 7 or 8 days. Yeah. Enjoyed it. For me, it's not one of those like, oh my god, you have to go. But you really liked it, didn't you?
I liked it. I would recommend going. Maybe don't spend 8 days like we did. It was good for us to chill.
Yeah. We also get a lot of work done as well.
Yeah.
Like
internet was really good at the hotel that we had.
Yeah.
And breakfast was good as well.
Yeah, it was.
I liked it. It's a very quiet town. There's not many tourists. Tourists go there, visit the White Temple, and then leave.
Yeah.
So most people don't spend long there. So you probably don't need to be there for 8 days. I would recommend maybe spending like 2 or 3 nights if you just want to see just the minimum. Like because seeing the White Temple, those waterfalls that we went to were incredible.
Yeah, really cool.
It's probably not on most tourist listings. It was freaking insane. I've never seen a waterfall that big. You could feel the power and stuff.
Yeah, the first one made me cry. We'd like hiked up to it and then stood there, and it made me cry, which is like I think the second or like I've only cried 2 or 3 times while traveling of being like, oh my god, it's stunning. And like you said, at the bottom of the waterfall, you stand there, just the power of like. Whew.
Yeah, I've never felt that before.
Watch the vlogs, by the way. I've vlogged everything.
So yeah, and then another time you can do the blue and black temples, and so like that could be like 2 days or 1 busy day, even, to be honest. And then I think it's cool going to a Golden Triangle.
Yeah.
So I think like 2 or 3 days could be enough, but I think it's worth going. It's 2 hours from Chiang Mai, so it's also not very far.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just relaxing and less touristy than everywhere else. So it's just a nice break between the feeling like a tourist.
Top 3?
Top 3, not the food here, because Chiang Rai actually was not great for food.
The chicken place was good.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, we went to the same place over and over again because we couldn't find anything else. In Chiang Rai, top 1 for me, the White Temple. It's touristy, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really different.
It's really, really cool. This massive waterfall that we went to.
Yeah.
And I mean, this day trip when we went to like 2 waterfalls actually and stuff like that, and it was like a roller coaster and going up and down, and didn't know if we were gonna make it back, to be honest.
1 second, so we hired a motorbike and Jeremy was driving and I was on the back, And literally, as we're like about to turn onto these roads, it says like only experienced motorbike drivers only. It's an like unsteady road or something. We were like, oh, we'll be fine. But it's literally going up, and I'd have to like cling onto Jeremy as I thought I was going to fall off the back, or going down and have to lean back, lean back like this, like lean against. Oh, it was, and then it was honestly terrifying. Like I did not think we were going to make it out of there alive. So I'm glad we're still alive.
But it was worth it,
was
for
worth
what
it.
we saw, because the 2 waterfalls were incredible.
Don't do it if you're not experienced. I mean, we're not, but we still did it.
Yeah, it was freaking cool. So yeah, White Temple, waterfalls. I'm gonna put them together.
Yeah.
And I did enjoy the Golden Triangle, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's far away. I would probably, if I have to go back, I would rent a taxi or have someone driving me there.
Yeah.
Because it was a day trip, but it was a long time on a scooter, especially because we don't go fast. So it felt very far, and we had to stop like 2 or 3 times because we had like a sore burn, a sore head from the helmet and everything.
Yeah.
I would recommend going. I would just try to make it quicker and take a taxi or bus or something organized where you can just go and back and forth. But it's quite cool. It's pretty unique to be in a sport where you see like 3 countries and stuff like that.
Yeah. I think my top 3 would be the White Temple, the Blue Temple, and then also we went to there's a park called like the Northernmost Thailand Park or something.
Oh.
And there's like the water separating between Thailand and Myanmar, and in the distance we could see kids playing in the water. And I loved that.
That was cool. Yeah.
Because we went to a couple of different spots. Like there was one that was up in the mountains, and you could like overlook Myanmar mountains. That was cool. But actually seeing the kids playing in the water, that was like.
It's when we did the day trip, yeah. Same, it's when you took the motorbike and yeah, that was really cool actually.
It was really nice seeing them playing, and like it's weird how there's like borders separating people, but then there's just kids playing in the water, and you could like literally walk across the water.
And you had like people reading books on either side of the river, in another country, and you can just wave and
So I think the kids playing there.
That was cool.
So we then left there after about a week and went back to Chiang Mai. So like I said, I had some really big YouTube videos I had to edit that were like an hour plus of content, and I was just like, I wanted to get it done.
We spent 4 days in a cafe that was really good.
Yeah.
Link it there. Editing video and doing all the stuff.
Yeah.
That was 4 days in Chiang Mai.
Which I regret. I do wish I'd just postponed my videos and just been like, fuck it, there's no videos for a week. But it's hard for me because I get quite like, I want to do well, and then if I miss any I feel guilty, but then also we're travelling, and that's the whole point of travelling, is to see where we're going, so it's like a hard balance. Anyway, didn't see much of Chiang Mai the second time.
But we had plenty of mango sticky rice to make it up for. So.
And donuts. We then we flew from Chiang Mai to Surat Thani, which is in the south of Thailand. And now Surat Thani is basically the place where people go to
Koh Samui and Phi.
Yeah. Koh Samui is the main one. So people tend to like arrive there and then leave and go to the island and then arrive and leave. And we were like, do you know what? Let's stay a couple of days. Let's see what Surat Thani is all about. And it surprised me.
Yeah.
Because I think when we first got there, I was like, oh my God, what are we going to do here for 4 days? Like, there's nothing here. It's a shithole. Like, it just doesn't look as nice.
It's not pretty.
It's not a beautiful place.
No.
Yeah, so I was like, oh my God, we just wasted 4 days of our life here. But actually, I really enjoyed it. And I think because it's not touristy and because there's just locals there, it was really cool to, like, just hang out in a different city that, like, they're welcoming of tourists, but it's not, like, tourist-centric where, like, everyone's jumping on you, everyone's trying to sell you stuff, there's just tourist shit in the shops. It was actually really cool, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was, like, a kind of... We didn't plan it properly because we were looking what to do on the south of Thailand. We didn't want to go to Phuket, I can say it.
I don't know.
Because that's very touristy and not interested in now. Not interested in Koh Samui and stuff because apparently it's a lot of resort. I don't know. It was not what I wanted to do. So I was looking at what to do, and apparently, like in the middle, there are a bunch of national parks with like very cool things to see. And I thought, okay, if we fly there, maybe we can find a day trip to go to see those national parks and stuff like that. So we flew there, but then we realized that it was very hard to, like you would have to hire a car basically and drive yourself to those places. We should have flown to the other town in the south to go to Koh Lanta, really, would have made more sense. But yeah, so we ended up there and not doing anything around there. But yeah, ultimately it was cool. Like it's along the river, so you get like a nice walk along the big river with a really nice sunset. It's a really cool bunch of night food markets.
Especially on the Saturday night, I think it was.
Yeah, that was the main one. Yeah, but like really, really cool food. We did a really nice boat tour. That was really nice, beautiful sceneries, and just got lost in the streets a couple of times and explored the city that has, in a way, like nothing special, but just nice little vibe.
I think that's what made it special, was that there's nothing special there. There's no like you have to do this one thing, which made it quite nice because we could just explore and walk around, like you said.
Yeah.
Top 3.
The boat trip.
Yeah.
That we did.
We did a boat trip where there was just us two in this long boat, and he took us around the mangroves and around the kind of palm plantations and people's houses and the fishing village and then back again. But it was really beautiful.
Yeah.
Like all the plants are like coming over you like a cave,
tunnel,
like a tunnel or something. So it was
and
really,
then going
really cool.
through like a fisherman village,
Yeah.
with like houses on the water and stuff like that. So that was really cool. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was like an hour or 2 hours long and pretty cheap as well. The night food market was really cool.
We tried lots of really fun things like the eggs and like
Yeah.
the like omelette thing and like lots of different foods that we haven't really had before.
Yeah.
And of
that's where
course we had
bought
dumplings.
all our stickers.
Yeah.
That's probably just two, to be honest.
Yeah.
Don't have anything else.
Yeah.
That's probably. I mean, those are the two main things to do there. I can say again, I just walking in the street, but
Yeah, walking
not
in the
much,
street. We went to that park as well, but there wasn't
yeah,
anything.
No, nothing for sure. Yeah, those are the two main things to do.
So for Surat Thani, I would recommend stopping there probably for like 2 days.
Yeah.
I think 4 days was a lot, but it was fine. It was nice. We then got a bus and a ferry, and then we had to find a tuk-tuk to get us to the hotel in Koh Lanta, which is one of the islands in the south. And we chose Koh Lanta because we've heard that Koh Samui and the Pipiyans and things like that are very, very party scene, and we're not into that. Obviously, we're old and boring. So we went to Koh Lanta instead, which I think is more family-based and more kind of for couples, and it was lovely. It was a really nice experience. We were there for 10 days. We kind of toyed with the idea of doing a week, and we thought, do you know what, let's push it and do 10 days so we can actually relax and chill out. And what was really nice was that I didn't really vlog that. I'm so sorry about that drilling. I hope it's okay. I hope you can hear us. But I didn't really vlog that. I vlogged maybe like 3-4 days out of the 10. So it was really nice to like sleep on the beach, go for a swim, go for a walk, have some food, chill out and like actually relax, read my book. But like we played cards and like it was just really nice to chill, wasn't it?
Yeah, I love the place. The resort we were staying in was so nice, literally like on the beach.
Yeah.
We had a little cabin bungalow, just 10 seconds to the beach, with a nice restaurant where you could just walk there, and a swimming pool also. So we were waking up in the morning, going for a swim before it was too hot, then reading or getting some work done in the shade, but looking over the beach, going for a swim in the pool, going for a swim there, a bit more work, a bit more reading, having a snooze. Yeah, just like so relaxing.
Yeah, which I think after 3 months of like backpacking and visiting all the cities and like doing all the
it was
day
our
trips,
vacation in our trip.
Yeah, it actually felt like we were on holiday. It was like, okay, we can actually relax now and then go back to doing the tourist stuff again. So
yeah, and like we found a couple of like all the hotel on the beachfront were on the pricier side compared to normal Thailand price food.
Yeah.
So we were walking every day like 10 to 15 minutes to the little city center, not really, but to the little area where you had like 2 supermarkets and 3 or 4 like restaurants, stuff like that. And we had like 2 places we went to like every day for lunch and for dinner.
Yeah.
We had like the best pad thai ever. Yeah, it was really nice. Just a really nice routine. We chilled. I got work done. You chilled.
We also did the boat trip.
Yeah, that was really nice. Yeah, and then we did a couple of walk to explore like all the beaches on the island. We did a day trip when we went snorkeling and looking at a cave and an insane beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool. I'll go back there.
Yeah, for sure. If we ever need to spend a month somewhere, you can find us on Koh Lanta somewhere.
Yeah, and I mean, and again, like there is a very good internet as well, so you can you're not you're on an island on the beach, but you're also like very well connected and you can do anything. Like I mean, I did a work call at 10 or 11 p.m.
Yeah.
next to the restaurant because the Wi-Fi was better than in the room. I was just sat on a swing
Yeah.
chair on the beach, like looking. It was dark, obviously, but like listening to the waves and on my own, like with plenty of crabs on the street on the sun. Like, it was really cool.
That would have creeped me out. I wouldn't be able to
It
sit
was-
on the beach with my
I
headphones
was like-
in and not. Yeah. Okay, top 3. Boat trip for sure.
Yeah,
The boat trip was good.
it was really cool.
I think for me, just hanging out. Honestly, relaxing, like reading, snoozing, playing cards,
Eating mango.
eating mango, walking around in a bikini, like just honestly hanging out. And then the third one, probably going. Actually, we went to that other Koh Lanta beach, and that was really pretty. With like, there was kind of like a hill
Bay.
to the side, yeah, like a bay. And on the hill, there was loads of little cabins all dotted on. It was obviously like a hotel, and there was a gorgeous like yellow hotel, really nice views. I really enjoyed it there as well.
Nice stock.
What was your top 3 or top 2?
No, yeah, the boat trip was really cool. For something like €10 each.
Yeah.
It was. I think we left at 9 o'clock and we came back at like 3. We went to scuba diving spot. We went to an insane cave.
Oh yeah.
Going into like a massive rock with like a hole inside, and that's where pirates were used to go and hide treasure and stuff like that. It was mental.
That was really
I
cool.
felt like unreal. And then we had lunch on this beach where the water looked like it was Photoshop.
Yeah.
Like you will see the drone footage. It's not edited. Like it was like that.
Yeah.
It's mad. Like the color of the
Beautiful.
water with like the boat and stuff. Oh my god.
We were just swimming and splashing around.
I was like
and...
fake. Like is that real life? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was insane. I really enjoyed the walk that we did to go to this other beach on a bit south of the island. That was really, really nice as well. And I took a picture with the Koh Lanta sign, which is basically like Survivor, the TV reality show in the US, where, you know, they're dropped in an island and they have to survive for like a month or whatever. In French, it's called Koh Lanta because that's where it was filmed on the first one. So there is like a big totem for that. So, and I love this show, so I took a picture with it. I was happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just hanging out and relaxing, and I love being on the beach.
Yeah.
That's my happy place. So just looking at the sunset on the beach and reading a book by the wave, and yeah. And I'm gonna put the pad thai there. This woman knew how to do pad thai.
Yeah.
They were incredible.
We were saying about being on the beach. Like, we would be so happy if we ever settle down somewhere, if we could be somewhere by a beach so that we can like go for a walk in the morning with my little sausage dog that we're going to get someday, like walk along the beach, go home and work while it's too hot, and then go back out again for a walk for sunset. Like, that would make us
I would
happy.
move into this resort.
Like, that would make us happy, wouldn't
Oh,
it?
yeah.
If long term we could like live by a beach and just go for a morning walk, an evening walk, get work done during the day, and just hang out and chill. It was so
What we
nice.
did in Miami, basically, right?
Yeah. But we didn't stay. We're not staying there, are we?
No, but
Yeah.
yeah, incredible. Yeah, I highly recommend Koh Lanta. I loved it. I'd
Yeah.
go back.
A really good place if you want to just chill.
Yeah.
And then we went back to Bangkok for 4 days.
Like a 22-hour trip, basically.
Oh,
back,
24 hours, I
like
counted.
a van and another van to Surat Thani, and
An
then
overnight.
an overnight train and a metro, and yeah.
Literally 24 hours. But then the last time we were in Bangkok, we went clothes shopping, like I said earlier, went to that platinum place. I went to the gold Buddha, which is like, a Buddha is worth $250 million, basically. I went to go and see that. You were getting some work done,
Yeah.
looking around the bags. That was it really for that Bangkok
Yeah,
time.
I mean, we went shopping twice out of the 3 or
Yeah.
4 days. It was
Yeah.
insane, but yeah.
So, overall, really, really like Thailand. I would for sure go
It's
back.
so cool.
I think
It's worth the hype, I
yeah.
would say. Like, you always hear about Thailand.
Yeah.
It's worth it. It's really cool.
I think I was apprehensive because a lot of the time when people say, oh my god, you have to go to this place, Bali, for example, we didn't love Bali. I'd like to give it a second go, but like, sometimes places are overrated and you kind of get there and you're like, okay, what's so special? But actually what I loved was that everywhere was so different. Like, Bangkok was like a really cool city, would love to spend more time there. And then you can go up into the mountains, you can go to waterfalls, and you can go to like, you know, seeing the mountains and things like that. You could also go to the beach and go on boat trips and go snorkeling and scuba diving and like chill.
And there's so much that we haven't done. Like there's a
Yeah.
bunch of national parks in the middle with like rainforest kind of vibe. Like it's such a rich and diverse country with very good food as everywhere in Asia, pretty affordable. It's probably the most developed, I don't like the word, like the country out of Vietnam and Cambodia with the most infrastructures
Yeah.
and stuff like that. It's probably the least, you know, if it's like your first experience going to like Southeast Asia or whatever, that would be the least
Shocking.
Yeah, like confusing or whatever, because it has a lot of very Occidental, Western stuff in a way.
A lot of people spoke English there as well, didn't they?
Yeah, I loved it. I would. I'll go back to Thailand whenever
Yeah.
I can. Yeah, loved it. What's the reputation?
Yeah. So I will leave all the information down below in the description box as much as I can. Also go and check out the vlogs. I think I did like 30 maybe, I don't remember, from Thailand. I've also obviously vlogged Vietnam and Cambodia as well if you're looking to go to those sort of areas. We also went to Australia, we then went to Sri Lanka, we're now in India. All these videos are coming, so make sure you subscribe if you are new.
But I've got to say that Thailand was like the end of the chapter of our first like part of the trip. Like the Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand Trinity.
Yeah.
And it was insanely good.
I'll
do it all over again.
Yeah.
I would go back to all those countries over again and add Laos to the list. But
okay, my camera ran out of memory on my SD card, so I had to empty it, so the angle's probably different, everything's probably different. But anyway, we're back. Just to say, thank you so much for watching. Basically, we loved Thailand, right?
Yep.
Would highly recommend it, would 100% go back. If we ever need to hang out for 3 months because we're figuring things out, probably go to Thailand or Vietnam, to be honest. We've loved both of those, especially. I will leave all the information in the description box down below, everywhere we stayed, all the things we mentioned. I'll of course put videos on top so you can kind of get a visual idea as well of what we're talking about. I'll also leave the playlist for Thailand so you can go ahead and watch any of the vlogs if you're interested. The next video is going to be a Thailand kind of expenses video. We've done this for Vietnam and Cambodia as well, talking about how much money we spent, what we spent the money on, for example, like how much went on accommodation, how much went on food, on day trips, on other things. We also talk about our experience a little bit there as well in terms of the finances. I think that's everything I've got to tell you, right? I'm not forgetting anything. Well, thank you so much for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for tuning in and have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you back here very, very soon for more of our videos. Bye!
bye.